last stop in town before I hit the road. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me, and I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly, but the prettiest young thing I ever saw. And she was hot, nothing short of masterpiece. I said, oh, I need to know, yeah, is that your... I'ma play my very best for you tonight. She said, I have a proposition.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now run here with Amari on Hampton. His first out of bounds after picking up about 7. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Back to Hampton. And they're going to keep moving forward, brought down inside the opposing 30. 28-yard pickup there. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Hampton. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Brought down by Quay Walker.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's going to be touchdown at that spot, which means the effort makes it 1st and goal.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. From the red zone now. He's got it. It's in close. That is an outright touchdown. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. All right, so nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin the season on a high note with a win. They put more drives like that together, they sure will. But I got that Pete Carroll just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You can't start much better than that.
Sticker all lined up and ready to put it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And they push him out just as he gets back to the line. 2nd down coming up.
The one defender failed. His buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. here he goes on the boot. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third and long, they're going to throw. Has the first and breaks through midfield. And he's brought down at the 44. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back still doing it to this day.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Is cut. That's Bowers working downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They'll try and punch it in. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
One like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Herbert now off the play fake. On him quick, and they bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there is the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. This is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. Give them 25 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. No doubt they're taking a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Connects on the crosser. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's going to get the Chargers the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play. Just do that.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Almost almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Hampton. And he sends it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
There's another for him, and he will not get in. The defense holds.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
Set. Baylor time. Baylor ready.
Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers break the tie here in the first. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball to the 35 to begin this drive. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. Hand off to the back. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. The Chargers have an early lead. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 2nd down and 5. The first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Taking a deep shot here. Brought in inside the 20. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders tie things up at 14. They send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Hampton. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Going over the screen with the Hampton. Up the sideline, past the 45. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
49-yard line.
Hampton gets the handoff. Escapes the defender. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one,
Raiders close it in, and down he goes. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
Raiders defense goes in the dime for 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. It's in or no, they dropped another one. It's dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
And he gets them what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out.
14-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Pressure's there, and the Chargers got him. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Okay, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Dive play straight ahead. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. These guys better change up what they're doing on the ground here, Brock, because this defense has seen right through it these last couple of plays.
Yeah, we bang the drum all the time for staying on schedule. This is the epitome of being off schedule.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he put everything he's got behind it. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punts, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Not much room, but he's still able to crush it. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory.
7-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Hampton trying the left side. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. He got 2nd and 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Drops this one off to Hampton. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. That one's incomplete over the middle.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
Set. 380. 380. 380. Hey, ram.
On fourth down, here's Herbert. That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Go line. Set.
From the red zone on first. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping the tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. It's a screen play to Genty. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets him down behind the sticks.
They do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Malone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He cuts it to the right sideline. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders earn the chance to tie before halftime. Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders tie this game at 21. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the line on first and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position.
Line.
Herbert from the gun. Going over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Throw here, third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Begins his return at the 16. He found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up.
At their own 30-yard line.
There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And he's halts in after about a 6-yard pickup. Stop made at the 36.
A 6-yard pickup.
Now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts.
At the 37-yard line.
Dropping back to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. It only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
From the gun on third down. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. A.J. Cole on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And they'll get to this one right around, no, actually exactly at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Kobe Dean in on the tackle.
A gain of a yard.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, looks like. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Get a timeout. 8 seconds remaining before halftime.
Third and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
380. 380.
Looking to throw. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. Headed out right. Throwing for the end zone. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Caught, nice game, left side. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's a Vegas first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time, so it'll be second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's complete to Bowers outright. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. On the red zone now. Looking right, and he finds him. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
And I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Jency. It's a gain of 2, and that halves the distance. It brings up second and goal from the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chargers 21.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out, so no run back this time. He'll pick things up from the 35.
35-yard line.
So the Chargers start off with good for first and 10.
Set.
Running it with Hampton. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Set.
Herbert on first down. He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
They give it to him again. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30. They get 8 yards, and now only inches to go on third down. I'll throw it. It's complete. This is Bowers. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Las Vegas.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he nearly gets him into the red zone as he's down to the 22. That play good for 17 on a first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down, play action. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Gay with the point after. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Turned by that pick. He's throwing again. He's looking deep once again. They connect on the deep shot. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers shrinking the lead some in the third. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chargers 28. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10.
Head to 60, head to 60. Head to 60, head to 60. Cut 19, cut 19.
First play is going to be a give to Genty. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice. Now a really manageable second down.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes second and 2. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas first down.
First down, Raiders.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. Second down coming up.
We call that jet sweep. He's looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps him on schedule and didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Lone back gets the handoff. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar goal. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. There's a dive up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Gay to add the extra point. Oh, snaps a little slow. And the kick is blocked. And they'll stuff out that return before it gets too far. So just a block, extra points on the play. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. To the line on first and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Give him 13 on that play. That's going to be good for an LA first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll work against the blitz. Makes the grab, finally caught, and he lost the football. And this is going to be Raiders football.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the...
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down.
Set.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. Finds him over the middle. And this one does not go far. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the
Now Herbert
Raiders'
again.
36-yard line.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Ladd McConkey. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
That one's good to McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now within one score in the fourth. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra points. And the Chargers get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a big